Okay, so today we're diving into the world of Vitor Mendes,
And wow,
someone who seems to really understand how technology and healthcare can work together
yeah,
to really make a difference.
what's interesting to me is that it's not like they were always just a tech person, right? Like that early interest in maybe studying medicine,
Right.
that really tells you something.
It's like they were always meant to bridge that gap between healthcare and tech.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they weren't just fascinated by the how of technology, but also the why,
The why?
especially in a field like healthcare.
Absolutely. And you see that reflected in their decision to study systems and informatics engineering at the University of Minnesota.
Yeah,
As like they were laying the groundwork to understand these large-scale systems,
right.
which is essential for something as complex as healthcare.
And then they didn't stop there, right? They start a master's in biomedical engineering.
Yeah.
That's not just a little detour. That's a very deliberate choice to go deeper into how technology and medicine connect.
Yeah, it's like they knew something big was coming.
I'd say so.
And maybe that something big was that work with Farmacia Ferreira da Silva,
Imagine.
trying to modernize a pharmacy with a 150-year history.
That's a balancing act.
It is. It's like walking a tightrope between honoring the past and pushing for the future.
And you can't just come in and say, okay, here's your new software, right? You have to understand how the pharmacy actually works.
Because the values, everything.
Exactly.
And while all this is going on, they're also an IT trainer at Porto Center Hospital,
Oh, yeah.
one of the leading hospitals in Portugal.
10 years. 10 years of training staff on digital transformation and data analysis.
That's a long time.
That's not just teaching. That's, like you said, guiding, mentoring, really empowering those healthcare professionals.
Exactly. Because it's one thing to know Excel, but it's another to show someone how to use it for data analysis in a hospital.
Right.
That takes serious patience and a knack for making the complex understandable.
Those are valuable skills anywhere, but especially in data science. And that's where things get even more interesting.
Right, because just when you think they've mastered one area, they dive headfirst into another.
Yeah.
A master's in data science and artificial intelligence talk about a commitment to lifelong learning.
And not just any programs either.
Exactly.
We're talking UCMA, CMP, online, and MIT course through Great Learning.
They weren't messing around.
Got it all.
So we're seeing someone who isn't afraid of new challenges, someone who wants to keep pushing themselves,
Absolutely.
and to do it all within this really important field where healthcare and tech overlap.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, what was it that really sparked that drive for Vitor?
Right, like what was the moment that made them think, I need to use tech to make a real difference in people's lives?
It's a great question, and to really get into it, we need to look closer at their experience in that master's program.
So Vitor is someone who doesn't just want to know the what, but also the how and the why of technology, especially in healthcare.
And that's where their master's work gets really interesting, like their capstone project at Great Learning.
Okay.
They tackled this classic data science problem,
Yeah.
predicting customer churn.
Oh, so like figuring out which customers are most likely to leave a company.
Exactly. But Vitor was doing it in a way that could actually improve people's health outcomes.
Oh, so.
Well, imagine being able to predict which patients might miss appointments or not take their medication.
That's a game changer.
Right. Being able to step in early could make a world of difference.
So how did Vitor actually do that?
They use these things called classification algorithms.
Classification algorithm.
Yeah, it's like having these digital detectives that go through tons of data to find patterns.
Interesting.
These algorithms can spot things that might mean someone's at a higher risk of churn, and then you can target interventions.
So it's more than just looking at a spreadsheet and guessing.
Way more. It's like using these powerful tools to find hidden connections and make real predictions.
Wow.
And Vitor didn't just build this model, they actually presented it live to a mentor from IBM.
That's impressive.
It shows they can communicate these complex ideas to a technical audience, which is huge for actually implementing solutions.
Absolutely. And that focus on the practical side of things, that's clear in their coursework too, like that intense MIT course on data science and machine learning, making data-driven decisions.
Right. It's one thing to learn the theory, but actually using that knowledge to solve real-world problems.
Oh, exactly.
And remember, they didn't just participate, they excelled, ranked third in their MIT cohort, high scores on their capstone project. That's dedication.
Yeah, they're not afraid of a challenge.
Not at all. They seem to thrive on it, always pushing themselves further.
And let's not forget, all of this is happening while they're actively looking for an internship.
Exactly. They're eager to put all this new knowledge to work in a real healthcare setting.
So they have the education, the experience, the drive, What's next for someone like Vitor? What kind of impact could they have?
Well, when you combine their technical skills with their understanding of healthcare, the possibilities are huge.
Huge. How so?
Imagine them analyzing patient data to make diagnoses more accurate or personalizing treatment plans with machine learning.
Or using data to make hospitals run more smoothly.
Exactly. And don't forget about their training experience. Vitor could lead workshops or create programs to help other healthcare workers use data
So
science.
they could empower others to make a difference too.
Precisely. They're not just a data scientist, they're a bridge between tech and healthcare. A communicator, someone who truly believes in using technology to improve lives.
When you look at Vitor's journey, it's clear they're not just talking the talk. They're ready to walk the walk.
Exactly. They're not just kicking back after finishing their master's, they're actively looking for an internship starting in September.
That's right. They're ready to put those data science skills to work. And not just anywhere. They're specifically looking for something in healthcare.
And for a good amount of time, too, 60 to 300 hours, that's a serious commitment.
It tells you they're serious about making a difference, not just adding a line to their resume.
Absolutely. And, it's like everything Vitor's done has been leading to this point.
It really does feel that way.
The early interest in tech and healthcare, the systems engineering background, the deep dive into biomedical engineering,
Years of hands-on experience and now mastering data science.
all the pieces are falling into place.
It's remarkable because they could have easily just stayed in their comfort zone, but they kept pushing themselves, learning new things, exploring new territory.
And that's what makes Vitor stand out. It's that drive, that curiosity, that commitment to using their skills to make a real impact.
It makes you excited to think about what they'll tackle next.
Right. Will they create an algorithm that predicts patient outcomes? Or maybe a system that makes hospitals run more efficiently?
Or use data to create personalized treatment plans that could help so many people.
The possibilities are endless, and that's what's so inspiring about Vitor's story.
It reminds us that learning never stops and that the most amazing things happen when different fields and perspectives come together.
Absolutely. So if you're listening, take a page from Vitor's book, embrace your curiosity, never stop learning, and find ways to use your knowledge to make the world a better place.
Well said. And who knows, maybe one day we'll be doing a deep dive into your incredible achievements. But for now, this has been The Deep Dive, your shortcut to being brilliantly informed.
Until next time, keep exploring and keep asking those what-if questions.